Okay, after studying the nucleus, so now we are going to focus on chromosome. As I have already told you, nucleus possesses nucleoplasm. ठीक, and at the time of a cell division, nucleoplasm chromatin network transforms into thread-like structures called chromosome, because they have taken the basic stain, ठीक, chromatin, hence called chromosome. Some means body and having a chromatin staining, that is why you call a colored body chromosome. Okay, always remember, chromosomes are the carrier of hereditary material. Chromosomes are the thread-like structure. In the beginning, the prokaryotic cell, I already told you that the circular chromosomes are there, circular DNA molecule is there. Take, they don't have a free end at all. But in case of eukaryote, you see that chromosomes are visible only at the time of cell division. When the cell divides, it has to divide the two daughter nuclei equally, take, in all respects. So they are visible only in a dividing cell, and linear chromosomes are there. Remember, in prokaryotes, circular chromosomes are there, but in eukaryote, characteristically, they are linear chromosomes. Remember, if 13 chromosomes are there, the 13 linear chromosomes are there, linear DNAs are there, because they are thread-like. They have a beginning and they have the end. Okay, so these are linear or a rod-shaped thread-like structure and having deep stain, yeah, deeply stained and condensed chromatin fiber that constitute the chromosome, and they are hereditary carrier because they carry the hereditary trait, and the genes of any species are present on the linear chromosome at a definite, at a particular specific position. Okay, and that is why these are also called as vehicles of the hereditary material, yeah, vehicles of the genetic trait. In a simple way, these are thread-like chromatic fiber which possesses genes or a DNA for hereditary traits. Okay, as you see in a particular any chromosome, ठीक, let us now have a little brief history or a discovery. In 1878, you might remember, the cell was discovered in 1665, 1665 में. Now you see how much they took the time, ठीक, to reach the chromosome. 1800, almost 200 years, ठीक, 1878, it was the Walter Fleming who for the first time coined the term chromatin. Chromatin term for the deeply stained material inside the nucleus. And that was the beginning of the nucleus. Okay, and then 1887, the two most important scientists, Beneden and Boveri, and what they said the number of the chromosome is always constant for each species. Every species, as we see in the Homo sapiens, we have got 2n is equal to 46 chromosome, or a genomic chromosome number is 23. Okay, and that is always fixed for a particular species. And the third contributor in chromosome, that is your 1888, and that is Waldeyer. W. Waldeyer, he coined the term chromosome. So these are the three questions for your NEET examination, 1 and 2 and 3. ठीक, in a very brief, focusing only on the chromosome. So I have avoided all detailed structure related to DNA. So focusing only the three most important contributor in the morphology of the chromosome. They are Walter Fleming, who coined the term chromatin, and Beneden Boveri, who said the number of chromosome is constant for a species, and Waldeyer the term chromosome. Now let us study ultrastructure of a chromosome. I have drawn a diagram. See, these are a thread-like structure. Always remember, each chromosome have a single DNA molecule, highly coiled. ठीक, now see the labeling of the chromosome, two arms of the chromosome called chromatid. So these are the chromatid and chromatid. Okay. These two chromatid arms are interconnected by a centromere. Remember, just in the center, and it is also called as primary constriction. खांच होती है, where a very little material is there, really highly condensed, small, and just along the centromere, some complex proteinaceous structures are also there, to whom we call as kinetochore. Remember, spindle apparatus and spindle fiber attaches not continuous from pole to chromosome to the kinetochore. So the kinetochore help in the movement of the chromosome from equatorial plate to the opposite pole, and they are being drawn from the middle plate to equatorial plate to pole. ठीक है? Okay. So this is the general structure of the chromosome thread-like structure. Now let us see one by one. Chromosome visible during different stages of the cell division. If you have a little idea, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, these all are the sub-stages of the cell division of the mitosis, and under these stages, we see the different shapes of the chromosome at different stages. Okay, so they are clear-cut. Maximum morphology or a shape of a chromosome can be studied. That is your metaphase. At that place, the chromosomes are in fully mature and having a proper shape. The chromosome visible during different stages of the cell division in the cytoplasm. Next is a single human cell, as you know, that approximately possesses 2 meter DNA. Remember, 1 meter is equal to 10 की power 10 angstrom. So you can imagine if you multiply it by 2, you know how much the long DNA molecule is there. So that is why, remember, a question very important, the minimum length of the DNA in the whole 2 genome of the human body, 2n is equal to 46, 2 meter long, thread DNA. Each chromosome has a primary constriction. The place where the 2 chromatid arms are attached is called primary constriction or centromere. Okay, so now you see on the side of which 2 disc-shaped proteinaceous structures are also attached. I already told you they are called kinetochore. Kinetochore facilitate for the attachment of spindle fiber for the movement or a locomotion or a translocation of the chromosome from equatorial plate to the opposite pole. Okay, centromere hold 2 chromatid arm को control करके रखता है. Besides centromere, sometime what we observe in the genome of a chromosome of the human being, there may be have a non-staining secondary constriction. For your help, I have drawn a diagram. This one is the primary constriction centromere, and along with it there is another constriction, okay, that is called secondary constriction, and this secondary constriction is attached with another fragment that is called a satellite. Always remember, these both structures are different in their structure and function. Okay, so secondary constriction is present for the satellite DNA molecule attached to the chromosome on a side. Okay, so all the chromosomes which have this secondary constriction and satellite, and such type of chromosomes are known as satellite chromosome. Okay, now see the point. Beside centromere, chromosome may have non-staining. Remember, this portion is stained, and this one is non-stained, and it does not take a stain. That is why different structurally and on the basis of stain and functionally different from the remaining chromosome. They do not take non-staining secondary constriction, constant location at the, and their position or the location is always constant. And due to the constant position of the secondary constriction for a satellite, they are called marker chromosome, because we can identify the particular type of chromosome according to the location of the secondary constriction on the chromosome. In a very, very proper way. Now, satellite chromosomes are called marker chromosome because they are helpful to identify the individual chromosome of the human genome. Okay, because of the constant position. Why do we call marker? Because due to the constant position to help the identification of the different types of the chromosome. Boom. Satellite chromosome, very important question, have highly repetitive DNA. ठीक है, आप मरा कहो, राम कहो. So the forward or inward, backward, same sequence of the DNA molecule form the repetitive DNA. So remember, satellite chromosome have a highly repetitive DNA present at the terminal end of a chromosome. Now let us see the classification of the chromosome on the basis of position of centromere in the chromosome. See, so now we can have a sentence on the basis of position of the centromere in the chromosome. We may have 4 types of chromosome. The first one is telocentric, second is acrocentric, third one is submetacentric and metacentric. Okay, now you see I have already drawn the diagram. You see, as I already told you that the chromosomes are classified on the basis of the position of the centromere. Here see, centromere is present at the terminal end and there is no another chromatid arm. दूसरी chromatid arm नहीं है. Okay, so such type of chromosome, telocentric, one, acrocentric, submetacentric and metacentric. Now see all point. In telocentric, remember your question, terminal center. If a statement says that a chromosome having a terminal centromere and the chromosome is 1, 2, 3 alternative, then your answer is telocentric because it presents the terminal end. And acrocentric centromere close to it one end. One of the arm is very extremely short and other is very long. देखिए, centromere is present at the tail end and centromere is slightly very extremely short and extremely long arm. In case of acrocentric, एक बहुत ही छोटी आर्म है और एक काफ़ी बड़ी है, उसे हम कहते हैं acrocentric. While in submetacentric, see here that centromere is slightly away from the center, slightly away from the center, then you call it as a submetacentric. And if the centromere is present just in the middle of the chromatid arm, then such type of chromosomes are called metacentric. Is the point, last point is centromere in the middle of the chromosome. ठीक? So now in summary briefing, you have the important 3 scientists related to discovery and then the ultrastructure and the very important focusing point, this satellite chromosome having a repetitive DNA. And another question, centromere is the central portion where the 2 chromatids are held. And remember, kinetochore, very important for the separation of chromosome at the anaphase stage in a mitosis. Okay, and satellite chromosomes are marker chromosome having a fixed location in the chromosome. So this is all for today. Thank you very much.